Tom, as a senior player, how disappointing was that on the weekend, and what's the wash-up?
Yeah, I think senior player, new player, anyone, it was really disappointing. I feel like over the last the month especially, we've been really starting to improve in a lot of the areas that we've been training and working towards. And on the weekend, it was disappointing. So obviously as a senior player, but any player in this club, everyone's pretty disappointed.
Have you worked out why you made such great progress over a month or so? Have you worked out why there was that step backwards?
We've reviewed the game. We've gone into a fair amount of detail on what we need to do to get better. But at the same time, I mean, the competition, you only have to be a little bit off, and you can get blown out. And we were a fair way off, and we got the result we deserve. So we've worked through that. We know what we have to work on, and we're fortunate, I suppose, that we get an opportunity in a couple of days' time to turn it around.
Did you ever walk out onto the ground after the string of losses that you have? Do you get the feeling that guys can be tentative, they can be scared of making a mistake, here we go again? Is that a realistic thing that happens to athletes in this scenario?
I mean, we're 0-9. I think there's still great belief amongst the group and the coaches every time we do step out there that we're going to go and get the job done, and that's so important. And the coaching staff and the players are doing a great job at obviously making sure we still go out there with our chests out and ready to compete. But as I said before, we've been having more and more moments within games where we can grab that confidence, because there's nothing like getting it through your play. And we've been building. Started off being half a quarter when we moved up to Queensland, and I feel like the last few weeks especially we've been right in the contest. So obviously on the weekend that was a fall away, and we're aware of that, and we're not shying away from it, but we certainly feel like we've been building that aspect. Yeah.
Is it hard to maintain that belief? It's only natural that if you keep trying something that doesn't work, you inherently question. Is it hard to continually go out there and think we're on the right track?
No, I think as a in the highest division of footy in Australia, you've certainly got the great belief that things can turn quickly. And as I said before, there's only you only have to be a small amount off to be able to pinch one or really destroy a team. So we certainly feel like if we just keep training the way we are, building the way we are, we're going to eventually start seeing this for longer in games. But obviously the weekend, that was a step back into where we feel like we've been heading.
What do you think the turning point might be? Sorry.
Yeah.
What do you think the turning point might be in terms of just breaking the shackles? Is it sort of 3 quarters?
Yeah.
Is it a win? What sets you guys free of that burden?
Playing to our game plan more consistently, playing together as a team more consistently. I know Nix, you might have touched on it, but when we're falling away in the areas that we're working on games and teams get a run on us, we very easily get pulled apart as a team. So we're working together to find that gel and mix together as as a team that we want to be a brand of footy we want to be proud of for our members. But it might be a win, it might be a moment, but it feels like we do feel like we went up to the game on the weekend ready to go out there and get the result, and it wasn't to be.
Sounds like Tommy was pretty close today, but
yeah.
Last week, you're hopeful that he will get up this week?
Yeah, well, absolutely. We got a short turnaround from our game, but he was obviously able to get a bit more rest from the previous game. So he's trained and trained really well. So hopefully he's right in the mix coming, not tomorrow, the day after.
It's a bit like that.
Yeah.
You had a better game, I think. Personally, I think you're much better. But the senior players, does everyone sort of feel like, I don't know, like we have to stand up, otherwise anyone could get the drop at any time? Is that how it feels? You just got to perform?
I don't think we certainly not. You're not playing not to get dropped as a senior player. You're certainly playing as a senior player to instill belief in the younger guys, lead from the front, and display the actions and standards that we want as a footy group. So. You're certainly not going out there to play that way. You're going out there to play your role of the team, prioritise others and help these guys, start their careers, but also play the brand of footy and lead from the front, I suppose, which I think a lot of guys have been doing pretty well. But obviously when we are on 9, there's a fair amount of noise that comes with that. But we're asking guys to play their role, and that's not the stat sheet, which is a true reflection of what we're asking of our players.
I think Sloaney was out there too, running before, pretty
yeah.
Albeit bandage must be nice, hopefully,
Yeah.
when he gets back.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic to get our skipper back. Both our skippers, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, we're not allowed out there or see it, so it's all these new rules. But yeah, certainly having him even on the boundary on the weekend, it's nice to see the skipper around and certainly walk a little bit taller.
It's been difficult to sort of switch your personal mindset, and we've had so much success since you've come to the club,
Yeah.
really, and then to lose 12 games, your last 12 games as a pro. Has it been difficult to get your head around that changing approach that the club's had?
Definitely not. No, I'm very passionate about this footy club. The footy club's done a lot for me, and anything I can do to help make it a better place when I leave, absolutely willing to do. And the coaching group here is fantastic. Nixie's, as I've mentioned before, is going to be a great coach for this club for a long period of time. And I've got great belief that there's a bunch of boys out there that are going to play this footy club for a long time. So we're getting there. We're going to try really hard to obviously turn it around as quick as possible for our members. But we're working and we're training, and hopefully a win's not too far away for everyone.
It's been hard to keep morale up around the group, and how was the short turnaround impact that to make it more difficult or harder?
Yeah, it's easier in terms of the footy aspect. There's a lot of, we're 0-9. There's obviously a huge amount of protocols we've got to follow with the landscape at the moment, but at the same time, we've got a lot of guys that are from interstate, and their family is the footy club. So, we're a close bunch. We do a lot together, obviously, and train really hard together. And hopefully, a win, isn't too far around the corner, as I've mentioned. But the morale at the moment still, it's not. Let's not kid ourselves. Not where if we're 6-2 or 7-1 or something like that. It's we're going okay.
Nixie said he's still having to sort of train to break older habits. Do you feel like there's some sort of lingering habits, I guess, from like Don's era now to here? Are there things that haven't changed that still need to change?
Yeah, certainly. I think we're still, as I said before, we haven't been able to put in a 4-quarter consistent effort of what the brand of footy we've been trying to play, but we've shown snippets of that, and we are instilling a lot of those habits into a lot of the players that have been here for a while. But at the same, so that shift obviously is taking place, but we'd like it to be better. And at the same time, we're obviously trying to improve as a team and play together as a team more than just what we've been dishing up lately. So it's a mixture of things. But yeah, he's certainly spot on.
He also talked about trying too hard. Is that something that can happen? Can you sort of describe what that sort of looks like or feels like on game day? Yeah,
I think he probably means, and I hope I'm not using his words here, but what I take from that is I think he's probably saying if the way the game's playing, you obviously try and do your best for the team and stand up for the team, but what happens is you actually pull away from doing and just playing your role. So guys are trying too hard to have that impact and be the one to obviously turn it around all at once, and instead of just playing your role. And when we do play our role and get it done that way, that's when we're having our more consistent moments in games. So, hopefully I got that right.